Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Tea Talk podcast, brought to you by Driftin Threads.com. Use code TEATALK for 10% off at checkout. Dana, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Both you and I are running on no sleep. Had a work meeting this morning. Feeling great, dude. Tons of energy.
Absolutely no sleep. I went to bed at 3 last night. We woke up at 6.
Yes.
We had a meeting this morning at 8. Breakfast at 7:45 before the meeting. We had pizza after the meeting. The meeting wasn't as bad. After the meeting, we got some packages. Dana and I got some very important packages. And then Dana and I also figured out how much money it's going to cost for us to build our new set for Tea Talk. And we talked about that. And the new set for Tea Talk, guys, we told you it was coming. It's coming sooner than expected. According to Amazon, or according to what I could see from everything, it's around, it said September 20th. So we'll see. If we order it today, Dana and I got to talk still because we got to see what money's looking like, how much we want to put towards certain things, and if we want to put money towards one thing rather than another thing. But you know how it is. It's just that's just how you guys do things. We have to kind of weigh our costs and everything for everything. But one thing that's going to be super expensive that I'm going to tell you guys about is not even going to be a surprise because I'm super excited about it. My dad's guy that makes neon signs is going to be making us a custom Tea Talk podcast neon sign that is really just, it's going to be the staple. It's going to be the centerpiece of the entire set, and we're really, really excited about that. But besides that, episode 19, here we are. This entire episode, guys, I think you're you guys are going to be very excited for it. We have a lot of good, useful information, and it's just, we have a lot of problems in this country, and one of the biggest problems in this country is our southern border. And Dana, what do you think are 3 words that you could use to describe our southern border?
3 words?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could use 1 word. I guess 2. Chaos and mayhem. What it is.
Chaos, mayhem, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, there's really no control going on down there from what I can tell. It's open border policy, just letting them come across. And you're not a country without borders, as a lot of people have been saying recently. So, and I know Charlie Kirk says, it's a border is a place where bad ideas end and good ideas begin, or vice versa, depending on where you're going. So yeah, it's very hard to govern a place when you don't know where you're governing because you don't have a border.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, it's nothing against the people. It's really there just to protect our sovereignty as a nation and protect our people, the people that are Americans, and that doesn't prevent visitors or people coming across legally. It prevents people taking advantage of our system, and I'm all for that. So, but as of right now, we're going through a process of getting rid of that and getting rid of our sovereignty kind of across the board. We're losing our national identity, and it's really a tragedy. We're losing what makes us American. So,
and just to be clear, guys, what he meant by he's all for that, he's not all for a crazy southern border. He's all for protecting and having a border. He's all for having that system that allows us to protect our sovereignty. But guys, since President Biden has been in office, we have a lot of new numbers, information that has just been released by FAIR, which is the Federation for American Immigration Reform, of all of the illegal immigrants since the Biden administration. Dana, how many do you think he's let in?
Oh, a lot.
How many? Throw a number out.
How many people Biden has let in?
Yes. Since Biden took office.
6 million.
Close. Really, 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 really close. It's 5.5 million. You were 500,000 off.
Okay.
In a figure created by FAIR, once again, which is the Federation for American Immigration Reform, of the 4.4 million nationwide illegal immigrants reported by the U.S. Border Customs and Border Protection, CBP, including around 3.9 million at our southwest border and approximately 1.1 million getaways who either entered the country undetected or just did not get caught or were released right after they got detained. Guys, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. And I mean, think about that for a second. And based on Customs and Border Protection data, we're seeing that court filings and getaways estimates that 2.4 million were either released or entered the interior of the country. So that is double what is being reported by the Federation for American Immigration Reform. The actual federal government is reporting that 2.4 million are unaccounted for. Where are these people, Dana? What is happening? What are they doing? You understand? We'll also have a link in the description so you guys can go check out the numbers for yourself, see how the study was done also. And guys, we were made aware that we did forget a source on another Tea Talk. We do try our best to make sure that we always have our sources provided in the description.
We'll add them. And
if you guys notice something's missing, go ahead and let us know. We'll make sure it gets added so it's there after the fact. Dana, I want to go ahead and piggyback right off that first little thing there. Why? Why do you think we're letting in so many illegal immigrants? 5.5 million illegal immigrants. Yet we have millions starving here. Yet we're allowed to bring in millions more. How does that make sense?
Well, there's multiple different theories as to why that is. We know who's letting them in. It's the Democrat Party, and the people working there. But there's multiple different theories, like I said. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I know kind of two off the top of my head would be that they're trying to get a bunch of people in and turn them all into citizens and then have infinite rule as a democratic nation, essentially, ran by the Democratic Party. And then the other one would be that they're just trying to, keep a problem going so that they can run on it.
Yeah.
And keep running on it. So that's two off the top of my head. There's probably a lot more out there that make more sense. But yeah, I other than that, like if you're thinking like as a rational person, why anyone would want this problem to continue, because it's not good for the immigrants either. That's the weird thing, like that people don't understand. So a lot of problems with these immigrants coming over for them too. I mean, first of all, they're not citizens, which they can never truly feel at home here.
Yeah.
If that's the case. Another thing is a lot of times they're coming over with the help of cartels, meaning they owe the cartel for doing that. And that's not something you want to do. You don't want to owe the cartel anything. And we don't know what happens to those people. They don't meet the deadlines. So, yeah.
I mean, just go to these videos that you see now, because a lot of these, I don't know if you've seen these shorts, but these previous drug traffickers and, people like that, they've been interviewed on other podcasts and stuff like that. And you hear some of these things that they're saying, and it's very concerning. Like, yeah, the cartel had a paid off border guard, so they knew when to send in the trucks, when to send in the drug mules. They're like, come on, man. Really? But I mean, that's just the honesty of money. I mean, you throw a number out there, and somebody's going to take it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Everybody has a number. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has a number. Every single person does. And you can't say that you will not be, convinced or persuaded by money. You will. You're human. You're designed to. You're going to fall for it. And everybody has that number, and it's stupid to say that you don't. You make yourself look like an idiot if you say that you don't. But I mean, come on, man. They need to teach these guys resolve. Obviously, the 18-year-old high school dropout who got hired to be the TSA agent doesn't give two shits about his job. Right?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, yeah, it depends. But I mean, like, I'm talking like 90% of TSA, dude, they walk around, they're wearing the latex gloves, and they take that like little ounce of authority and they like wear it like the biggest badge on the planet. Oh, we're doing so much. Did you guys know, fun fact, TSA has actually not stopped a single terrorist attack since it has been created after the September 11th terrorist attacks, which actually just happened, not just happened recently, but we were remembering recently, 5 days ago was September 11th. Never forget, guys, what had happened on September 11th. That's all I'm going to say about that for today.
Well, what's interesting is that exact talking point was brought up to me by one of my friends who is a
Really?
socialist. And he used that as his argument to defund and abolish TSA, which I thought was actually very interesting. I didn't really have a response to that because I'm not very read up on that subject, but I thought it was a very interesting talking point.
I don't think we
So-
need to abolish the TSA because of it. I think the smarter thing to do would be merge TSA and Border Protection. You only need one. You don't need Transport Security Authority or whatever their acronym is, right? All you need is Border Protection. That's all you need. Just have it, all your resources going into CBP, and then you're fine. Right?
That might work.
Wouldn't you think so? I mean, if Border Customs and Border Patrol should just be able to handle all travel in the United States. In, out, plane, road, everything.
Maybe. Or the TSA could just be a branch underneath the Border Patrol. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you want airport security, privatize it. Make it better. Government programs make it better. Privatize it. Let the airports
that
hire
might
their own
work.
security forces. It makes sense. Because
Require it, but
Yeah.
No, that'd be interesting.
you could do that, or require military service, require previous police service, or require these things. These are smart things. These are smart. If you want border control, this is smart border control, right? We're not saying simple solutions. Well, one really simple, easy solution is finishing the wall. Simple as that.
Well,
Not
that's
cutting
the
it
one,
open.
I was gonna say that's the one thing that 100% works.
Yeah.
Wherever it is.
Yeah.
You put a wall there. There's not people getting around the wall, or there's not people getting over under the wall.
Mhm.
I mean, it's blocked off. You can go around the wall if there's sections of the wall that are open, which is what they're doing right now.
People were getting
But
over it.
if you-
They can climb
If you put certain protections in place, it's going to be a lot harder to get through that area.
Yeah.
And so if you build the wall a certain way, they shouldn't be able to get over it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you can't just not man the area too. I mean, I think you should definitely have, thermal
Guards.
drones.
Not even
Definitely
guards, just
thermal
drones.
drones.
Cameras.
No, you have to have guards. Cameras would work as well, but I think you also have to have drones with thermal cameras to be able to see a lot of these, people.
Yeah.
So if they can fund that, I don't know how much that would cost, but I think if they can get something like that and have a drone patrol certain areas automatically, you may be able to curb a lot of the problem, especially in the high traffic areas. So, and then in some of the other areas, you can just put a couple guards there and see if they can watch it pretty well, and have different locations. So have the first wall, and in areas where it's just open desert, have a second section where there's border patrol waiting when you get to civilization. So I think that would be the best way to do it. There may be better ideas out there, but yeah, I think that's one way of doing it. But also at the same time, this is another thing I believe very strongly in, is that the current immigration system does not work. So I do think there needs to be reform there. I do think that we need to fix the problem, because it takes way too long for people to be able to get into the country. It takes them 7 to 10 years a lot of times to become a citizen.
I
think if
that's a
hold on.
skewed statistic.
I think if you want to become a citizen in the United States, I think you should work for it. You should be able to pass a test, be cleared from a lot of different things, meet certain requirements, and then you can make it in.
Okay.
But it should be, there shouldn't be a huge waiting list to get in.
Yeah.
That should be handled
Mhm.
quickly and efficiently. And I think there needs to be a reform in that area.
How long do you think a person should be here until they are naturalized?
I think around 2 years, 2 to 5 years.
Okay.
5 years at the most.
So 5 years is the minimum and the most. 5 years or 3 years if you're married to a U.S. citizen.
That's the minimum?
5 years. If you're in this country, living in this country for 5 years, you are naturalized. You become a U.S. citizen.
You are automatically granted citizenship?
Well, to determine your eligibility, right?
Okay, so you have to be here for 5 years
you
before
have
you're allowed to
had
become a
to
citizen.
have been a permanent resident of the United States for 5 years, or 3 years if you've been married to a U.S. citizen. But the thing that it's so hard to get into this country is skewed. It's skewed. It's very skewed.
In what sense?
The U.S. is one of the easiest countries to immigrate to. It's one of the easiest countries to immigrate to because I will tell you, Canada is way harder to get into than the United States. There are Europe is definitely hard to go to if you're emigrating from the United States because there's rules, there's other things. I mean, people say, "Oh my God, the U.S. it's so hard, it's so difficult." Do you think the EU's not worse?
I'm not sure.
Canada. It's like Canada is one of the hardest countries to get into. The U.S. is not. The U.S. immigration is not. My uncle came here super easily. The rest of my family came here super easily. It's not. What I think is hard is not everybody should be accepted. I don't like this notion that we should just, oh yeah, cool, come on guys, you want to come on? Come on. You know what I mean? No, I hate that. I think it's the stupidest thing on the planet. And the reason being is because I want the best from your country. So say you're coming from, throw a country out.
Iran.
Iran. Say you're coming from Iran. I want the best from Iran. I want the doctors from Iran. I want the scientists from Iran. Do you know who I don't want from Iran? I don't want. Did you just start? Did you just start watching my screen?
No.
Or like on my screen?
No.
You sure?
I haven't done anything.
The pop-up that somebody was remotely connected to my PC was just came up. Hold on, guys. We just caught it live right now. We might have just caught somebody in the Google account, in my Google account. Oh, thank God. Okay, it was me.
Okay.
Guys, sorry about that. We had to check that. That would have been bad. I have everything tied to my Google.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been. But we would have lost T-Play. We would have lost everything. We would have lost all of our backups. That would have been terrible. Thank God I have like triple factor authentication on that account. Dude, it's funny. I log into that Google account. Not only do I have to enter a passkey, but then I have to do the text. But no, it's a big problem. To continue from where we left off, it's not hard to get into this country. Is it? But it should also be hard to get into this country. I don't think it's too hard.
It shouldn't be okay.
I don't think it's too hard.
It shouldn't be hard because the U.S. can't get its crap together. Like you shouldn't have to be sitting in a line forever waiting for someone to, look at your stuff. It should be like once you get all the stuff in, it should take a couple weeks or maybe a couple months before we can process it. Give us processing time. But once we can get all that through, you should be, yes or no. So we don't have people just sitting there like, what do I do?
That's not how it works. Like you come here, you apply first. If you want to come live here, you apply for a worker's visa. In order to apply for the worker's visa, you need to have confirmed and or be in the process of confirming a job. So you should have a job before you even come to this country. You should have something lined up before you even come to this country.
Well, how do you know if you're going to get approved or not?
For a visa?
Yeah.
If you get a job, if you're saying like, yes, I'm going to, I have a job lined up, they'll approve you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah, I already got a job, I'm good. Oh yeah, cool. You got a place to stay? Yeah, okay, yeah, you're good. You got a place to stay, you got a job, come to this country. If you don't have a place to stay, you're planning on living in a mobile home in the middle of, California in a specific town that has a lot of windmills that Dana and I both drive through or both drove through. Well, then that's your choice and you can continue to go ahead and do that. But that's not what we're going to do. And we're going to continue to be sovereign citizens of the United States. And we're going to do it legally. Well, I mean, I was born here, so. But Dana, how much do you think an illegal immigrant hurts an American?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. So how much do you think we make a year?
Who, the average U.S. citizen?
No, like me and you.
20,000 at the most. I think it's around 14,000.
It's 2048 times 1380. So if we worked 40 hours at the current crappy pay that they have us at, it would be $28,000 a year. Okay. What if I was to tell you that about 9,000 of that would be taken out of your check every year to go to a single, to listen to me very closely, to go to a single illegal alien or illegally U.S. born child born of illegal aliens?
I would not be surprised whatsoever because I come from California, a state with tons of money that does nothing with it except for give it to people that don't deserve it.
So the actual statistic, everybody, because we want to make this very clear to you guys, each unlawful alien or U.S. citizen born of illegal or U.S. born child born of illegal aliens cost the U.S. nearly $8,776 annually. And let's do some quick math here with these figures now, because now we have a lot of numbers, right? Because 5.5 million illegal immigrants have entered this country since the Biden administration has been in office. So that means the Biden administration, with its amazing, and that's with air quotes because it sucks, border policy, has cost the American people $48 million? Oh my God, I didn't realize how large the number was when I was writing the script. $48 billion. $268 million a year.
And it's getting worse.
And just like we did to the price to arm a U.S. soldier or price to arm a soldier, we're going to do it one more time. How is this affecting you as an American citizen? If we divide the number of expected taxpayers in the U.S., and this is based on the number of tax returns filed in the last year, we're going to see that the U.S. has 168 million taxpayers. So we can see if we divide that number by the price number by our number of taxpayers, we will see that every American taxpayer is going to now have another deficit of $287 a year on their taxes because of this. Think about that for a second, guys. You're wasting another $300 a year. That's on top of all the money going to Ukraine. That's on top of all the other money that you're already paying for everything else. Why aren't you guys waking up? We've done 19 episodes of this, telling you guys this. Wake up. The Democrats want to line their pockets. They do not give a crap about the policy that they are pushing to you guys.
Well, the funny thing is Republicans aren't doing jack to stop it. So
I think they're in a tough spot.
Making it worse.
I think they're in a tough spot. I think they're in a hard spot to be able to stop it. I think it's so deeply rooted, so corrupt.
They're a part of that. A lot of them are a part of that.
They are. I agree with that. A lot of them do insider trading. A lot of them do a lot of all that bullshit. All of it.
Mm-hmm.
Would I agree that should it be okay? No. There was actually a Democrat from California that actually proposed a ban. I actually agreed with the video that I saw about him. He was proposing a bipartisan bill to ban inside trading for people in the Senate and in the House. He was banning a bunch of stuff, like trying to end corruption, stopping lobbyists. I was like, oh my God, this guy should just run as a Republican. But I guess he wouldn't win then because he's in California, right?
Well, they have a couple that win there, but
a few. Just what about Dana Point? What about you? Where you're
at? It's right on the fence.
Is it like what was it on the actual county map last election cycle?
It goes either way. It's light blue or light red.
That's good. I'm
I'm
I've
pretty
been
sure all
using.
the local people are all blue, but I'm pretty sure they go either way. Like it's just kind of depends.
I could see that. I could see that. I've been so I don't know if you could tell, Dana, but I've been using my iPad as like a guy in the chair kind of thing. It's great.
Okay, explain it more.
So I have like my iPad here, and every time we're talking about something, I'm looking it up so we can get some, backup information in
There you
case
go.
I think it's a pretty solid idea.
Mm-hmm.
Got it right here. I'm not going to be able to
Smart.
do it for long. I'm going to have to switch over to my laptop, but the guys, the iPad is going to be doing something pretty soon. Actually, right after this episode, we are launching another thing. We launched something. We did the soft launch. I can talk about it now since it's been a couple days, but we did the soft launch of Team Music. That is actually going pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly, so it's actually going really well. We're glad to see that you guys enjoy that so far. It's only an hour and a
Check it out
half.
if you haven't seen it.
It's only an hour and a half worth of music. Once again, it is the soft launch. We will be officially launching once we do have a, like, no joke, 24 hours worth of content for you guys. I want it to be so that you guys can log in, start watching, do all your stuff. And then while you're watching, you get to see, a new song every time. You're not going to be coming into the stream and it's going to be the same song every single time you're watching like it is now. Like now you watch it, you come back an hour later, it's the same song because, it's only an hour video. But we have a lot of big plans. Dana and I have been working with on a lot of stuff. I've been grinding out the server and the back end, for all of Team Media and stuff like that. We have a lot of stuff coming, guys. The most important thing I think is the studio. That's like the next biggest thing that's happening. We already talked to you guys about it. We've been hyping it up for months, and we told you guys it was going to happen once we're here. It hasn't happened yet. We've been here like 2-3 weeks now. So Dana and I are finally moving on it this week. We're going to be building out the whole thing. It's going to be super cool. You guys are going to love it. And we're trying out newer formats of T-Talk as well. So this is our normal format, what you guys are used to, what you guys see all the time, what you guys are, what you're used to. But Dana and I were also playing around with the idea of doing dual uploads. One upload a week is going to be a fun with our friends, have a bunch of people, maybe a guest on, or just me and him in a less serious setting. Just me and him chilling, hanging out, joking around, talking about our week, talking about our lives. A little more personable podcast episode. Just like how Joe Rogan has his MMA and then his normal one. We're going to do our little more personable ones that are more topic-driven, topic-based ones. So we're going to play around with that, see how you guys like it. And I hope you guys do. If you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below as always. But we're not done here yet. Don't click off this video just yet. I just wanted to go ahead and take a little break there. Go ahead and bring that up there for you. But we do need to start taking our border seriously again, Dana. And we need to start taking our border security seriously again. I don't think it's just we need to start taking the border serious. Our border security. Because how does this make our country look? We look weak, I would say. We're letting these people push us around. We're letting them enter our country. We're letting them push the might of the United States. They're making us bend the knee to them. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
And that's making us look
why it's
weak.
happening?
Why is it
I
happening?
don't know why it's happening.
Throw it out there.
It's happening because we're letting it happen. We're letting them walk all over us. We're not putting a stop to it. We're not putting anything into place to make them do anything. It's like what happens with like Ukraine, We're the ones who are paying all the money for the war to even happen and supplying all the supplies, and Europe's doing little to nothing. And it's like, if you guys want to fight your war, you pay for it.
Yeah.
But the Democrats in the US and the neocons and all the war, all the people who are pro-war, all those people want to fund that crap.
They do.
Whatever, But
I found some very interesting statistics here.
Okay.
Do you think that we need to make it responsible to the country that these people are coming from?
Yeah. That's what we did with Trump in Mexico. We were having Mexico stop them on their side rather than us having to take care of them.
And that helped
Mexico stopping people at their southern border, which it's just like put in little checks. So people have to go through those checks to get through.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like, common sense policy right there. Like,
so I want to go
and
ahead
Biden got rid of it.
I want to go ahead and throw this statistic to you. I
Yeah.
think you're going to be very surprised at these numbers, right?
Mhm.
So, country of origin, illegal immigrants from August 2022 to October 2022. So, this is last year. In August alone, the top 3 countries were Mexico with 60,000 people crossing the border, our southern border, Venezuela with 25,000 people crossing our southern border, and Cuba with 19,000 people arriving here. In September of 2022, once again, it was Mexico now at 63,000. Venezuela once again at second, now at 33,000. And then Cuba once again at 26,000. So that's a 5,000 increase almost across the board on every country except Mexico. Oh, Mexico was only about 3,000. So then October 2022, we have Mexico once again with 65,000 now, almost 66,000. Cuba has now overtaken Venezuela with 28,000. And Venezuela only had 22,000 people cross the border. Guys, these are illegal immigrants. Dana and I do not have a problem with legal, normal immigration. We do not whatsoever. We have a problem with illegal immigration. Now, let's go to the totals really quick, right? So let's look at the totals of how much it's increased since Biden has been in office. When Biden first entered office, in the first year, 297,000 Mexicans, people from illegal immigrants from Mexico crossed our southern border. The next year, 2021, 655 fucking thousand. Do you understand that, guys? That is a 400,000 increase from the year before. And just wait. Last year, 2022, 808,000. So since Biden has been in office, we have seen the number jump from 297,000 illegal immigrants crossing our southern border has gone to 808,000 illegal immigrants crossing our southern border. There should be more people upset about this. There should be more people saying something about this. This is ridiculous. Dana, like, how does that make you feel, dude? I'm angered by that.
Yeah, I'm just not surprised at this point. I mean, it sucks and I hate it, and that's why that's why we're talking about it right now, and that's why I have my opinions on it. Um, but honestly, I mean, it's not really top of mind anymore. It's kind of just like, and I think that's what it is for a lot of people. A lot of people are just kind of like, what can I do about it?
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever. You know, it's not. You know, I'm worried about paying for my family. I'm worried about making money, putting in my account, and you know, just getting by. I think that's what people are more worried about. They're more worried about their day to day, and that's fine. I get that. I mean, that's how I feel. But like at the same time, I mean, this is directly hurting you. I mean, you just cover the 400 and something billion that it's costing the U.S. as a whole. I mean, where's that money coming from?
An extra $300 out of your pocket. That's not a per family. That's per person. $300 per person. I don't have, like, I want to protect me.
That's one thing. That is one thing.
That's one person. That's one person.
Yeah. But that is one thing that's affecting your account. That's not the only thing that's taking money out of your account.
Like we mentioned earlier.
One aspect.
Like we mentioned earlier. You know what, guys? I have the perf that we're going to tell you guys what T-Talk 20 is going to be about the entire episode. We're going to run through President Biden's presidency. We're going to run through all of the times taxes have increased, and we're going to also then correlate that with every single time he's tweeted that your taxes have gone down and show you how it's bullshit. We're going to show you guys. We're going to do it. That's going to be episode 20. We're going to run through all of the numbers. We're going to get the entire thing going. And we're going to have everything for you guys. We're going to have how illegal immigration affects you, how drugs coming into this country affect you, how the war in Ukraine is affecting you as an American citizen. We are going to show you how the Democrats have been royally bending you over the past 3-4 years. And now it's really getting to a point where it's starting to affect the American people to the point where they can't even live anymore. I know people that are twice my age that are struggling to put food on the tables for their families. Okay? what I'm planning on. I'm trying to retire by 35, and I'm trying to get Dana to retire by 35. That's the hardest. That's actually harder than trying to get me to retire. I'm just kidding. We'll get him to retire. We'll get him done. But no, I do have a little bit of a. I know I've been like, this whole episode has just been nothing but a rant from me, but I do
Well,
have
it's one of those issues where it's like, it's just a gut punch to every American. I mean, look at all the people struggling on the street, man. Like, you go by and there's all these people, there's homeless people that are struggling. They need help, and it's like they're just giving them. I mean, we're just giving them the middle finger. It's like, what is that? All the families that are struggling to put food on the table, all the single parents. I mean, even married couples that are struggling to get by. I mean, why aren't we helping these people? Why aren't we trying to curb inflation?
Yeah.
Why aren't we putting money into things that actually matter? Why aren't we trying to better the economy? Like, this is screwing you over. Every single policy that these people are putting into place is screwing you over. It's a bunch of crap.
It is.
Wake up and look at it. Like, I mean, again, like I said, I know that we're busy. We're busy trying to, provide for your family, right? People are trying to provide for their family. People are trying to get by. People are trying to do their thing, just being an average citizen. But like, this stuff directly affects you. And until you realize that, it's going to stay the same. They're going to keep pulling money out of your pocket and saying that they're helping while they're doing absolutely jack to help you.
Dude, listen, I couldn't have said that better myself. And I think the last thing that I think I want to leave everybody with, and it's the last thing that I really have on my mind, right? Everybody, while the Democrats, they're busy stuffing their pockets, they're busy getting rich, doing cocaine in the White House, right? The Republicans want to bring back the middle class, the American middle class, the foundation of this country, okay? The American dollar. We want to bring it back. Okay. And we need to stop outsourcing our industry. We need to stop giving everything out to every single other country. We need to start becoming a leading contributor to the sciences again. Okay. We need to start being innovators in this country again. China is rapidly expanding its influence in the world stage. And while America's image gets slandered every 2 seconds on primaries on the media, right? Because everybody hates America on the media, especially American media. We need to now come together. Exactly. We need to now come together as Americans and fix these things together. We need to recognize that the left is a plague and they're doing nothing but hurting us. And listen, guys, until then, until we fix everything that the left has destroyed and broke of our country and has allowed to become corrupt and disgusting, Dana and I are going to be very, very busy making America great again. Simple as that.
Doing what we can.
Simple as that.
Yeah. And the same to you guys. I mean, if you can get involved anywhere wherever you're at in life, right? If there's just a little bit you can put in, I'm not saying give money to people. I'm saying actually get out and do something about it. Because personally, I don't trust sending money into these conservative organizations. I personally don't think that does anything. So if you can actually, put a little bit of time away and contribute in your own way, do something like that, just get the word out there, try and get involved in local politics and stuff like that. If you can do that, do it. Do it, and that will help. And I mean, do what you can. And when they go around and start trying to tell you to do things, when the government's out trying to tell you, oh, gotta mask up now, 2 is coming. Screw that. No. We're not gonna do that. No.
Nah, dude, wait. You're gonna
stand up to that BS.
You're gonna see the people. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna see it as soon as they announce it. As soon as they announce it, we're gonna outside, dude. Everybody's gonna be like,
bro, I already see people driving in their cars by themselves with masks on. What are those people doing? It is basically over. If you're like one of those people that's,
welcome to the Tea Talk podcast.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore because I know how that goes. But
Yeah, we
yeah,
like, and guys, that's the shitty thing about it. Like Dana and I would 100% be talking about this to you guys, right? But we can't because we know what happened to 14. We know that they censored us. We know we got silenced. And you know what? I'm gonna give them a challenge.
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
have to
give them
go
a
back through
challenge.
and bleep
I'm,
that.
I'm gonna give them a challenge. I'm gonna give them a challenge.
Oh.
I have not said a single thing this episode that has gone against YouTube's community guidelines. Not a single thing. Dana has not said a single thing that has gone against YouTube's community guidelines. If they remove this video, you guys already know the truth. It's proved to you. But what I think you guys should do in the meantime, just in case that does happen, is join our Discord, leave comments, like the video, show YouTube that you like this type of content, and also let us know if you like the thumbnail. Because there's a thumbnail on this one. I know. I put it there. Dana, you got anything else?
And yeah, and watch us on Rumble and Spotify as well. Because there's less censorship going on those platforms. And hopefully in the next couple days we can get some shorts out. Start getting things rolling. Check out T Music if you haven't yet. Just give us a follow over there. We'll put the link in the description. And pick up a shirt from Driftin Threads.
Simple as that.
I have a
You got it right there. Yeah. Show it to him.
Driftin Threads hoodie, baby.
You said you were going to wear it.
I didn't wear it. Fine.
Yeah, guys, use code TTalk.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we have to run through the codes again. Because, I mean, for this channel, yeah, TTalk is the code, right? Guys, in order for you to get 10% off at driftinthreads.com, you need to use code TTalk. T-Media, T-Plays, Autage Music. I added like every promo. Everything.
Just use TTalk. Code TTalk. Driftinthreads.com. Grab yourself a hoodie, bucket hat. Maybe a backpack for school.
Damn right.
Something like that. Pick something up. You'll look sexy in it.
Super simple.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it simple, stupid. That's how I mean, dude, I'm tired. I think my brain's all over the place because, dude, I'm on like 3 hours of sleep. We got to go. We got to get out of here.
We're both tired, but, dude, I feel good about this episode. We're fired up. Good topic. And we'll bring back the same energy on T-Talk 20 next week.
Exactly. Goodbye, everybody. We love you. You guys are the best. You guys rock. You are the reason why we do this. I'm Tasso. That's Dana. Think for yourselves. Be your own people. Stop being sheep.
See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.